What's going on, team? I'm Tim Jenkins, and welcome to All Things QB, where I watch every single clip so y'all don't have to. We're breaking down the most important clips from Caleb Williams' preseason week 2 action with the Bears. I'm excited for this one. So, without further ado, let's jump into the film. All right, team, we are opening it up. And the Bears go a little sprint out of the gate. You can see we got DJ Moore outside, right? We're just on like a little clear route. Okay, we got Keenan Allen working in the slot, which you have to imagine we like. He's just on a little speed out. Caleb's going to sprint to it. I think initially, when you look at this, you're thinking to yourself, okay, hey, Bears are just trying to get him an easy completion, little drive starter. And you guys know me. I like to kind of try to keep an open mind when I'm watching this tape. I can't tell you how much I hate sprinting out. It just immediately we cut the field in half. I get it. Caleb's athletic and that, hey, we feel like he can hit these things on the run, which he absolutely can. There's no doubt in my mind he can. I just think there's better drive starters, and we actually get to one. We'll get to one on clip 5 where it's more kind of the feel that I think that we need in terms of a drive starter. So that one for me, not in love with it. I had it as a bad because I do feel like the ball was a little high. With that being said, I'm definitely nitpicking Caleb there. Here the Bears are just getting into boot. They're trying to hit the rear view. Okay, and what that means, let's watch it one more time. But what that means is we're trying to hit this guy who's supposed to be behind the flow. Okay, so let's talk through this whole thing where we've got this little short motion. Okay, so we got the short motion from DJ Moore, right? Short motion, he's our flat control. Okay, we've got Komet, boom, he's working the vertical. We've got our over here. And then right here, he's going to push down, and then this guy's going to be trailing. Okay. So really you're going to read this one of two ways. Okay. You either have a true ladder read, meaning we climb it up, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, the same way you climb up a ladder. We're reading up the ladder. Or you have a reverse ladder read, meaning, hey, we're starting vertical, down to the over, down to the flat. Can I sit here and tell you I know exactly how Shane Waldron reads this? Absolutely not. What I do know is that no matter what playbook you're in, it's either up or down, and you're going to always alert this rear view throw against flow, meaning if we feel like, man, these guys are all flowing, right? And we're going to have this void behind the defense, back behind the defense, away from where we're booting to, you get to your rear view. I think Caleb here does a great job of getting to the rear view because I think you can kind of see the flow here, right? The only hesitation I have is it feels maybe slightly rushed. With that being said, it's like, okay, not in love with this throw. This is going to be taken away. This is going to kind of be taken away. So it's like, do I feel like we speed read this to where we didn't truly read it? No, I don't feel like that. I feel like he probably felt it. Hey, he felt the boom, we got the flow. I'm going to get back to my rear view. I think overall, really good decision. I do think it's like, to me, it's like I wouldn't have minded if we held the ball slightly longer. Again, not a deal breaker though, if you ask me. This one we got a little third down fluting. We got another no grade. We have a lot of no grades on this tape. I'm gonna be honest, where it's like we don't really have a lot of options open, and I'm not sure I'm understanding what we're trying to do. This is just straight up blanket coverage. We've got Flutie. Flutie is I don't want to say old school concept, but it's just a staple where we've got this post outside. We've got the sail from the slot and our backside guys on a big end. Okay, you read this thing as you would imagine, 1, 2, back to 3. Just flat out nobody wins, which is something I didn't think I'd say that much watching Bears tape this year. So I think if you were to honestly assess this, I think our best look at it would be this deep one, which against this coverage shell, they might not even tell him to look at it, honestly, in this coverage shell, right? It's just a tough one, okay? Ideally, that slot runner would win, but he's got nowhere to go with this football. I mean, even take a peek at DJ on the backside. He's gobbled up with a safety and spy. It's just nowhere great to go with the football. So you end up in a throwaway, and that's what happens when you're in 3rd and long, right? In the NFL, is you get 2-man, and guess what? We might probably just get gobbled up. We might just get gobbled up. Yeah, 3 of the first 4 clips are no grades, which is not ideal. Not ideal. We got 3rd down quick game here. This I've got is another no grade. I mean, obviously he does a good job with the football. I'll talk to you guys about why I have it as a no grade, but I'm going to let you guys, like we've been talking about this whole season, we're going to let it run it first. Okay? So we've got 3rd down. I wish I was in the meeting room to understand what we're trying to accomplish with this concept, because what we have here is we have an out, right? We have a first under or a shallow. And then we have a spray release follow. Okay. Backside, we've got a Harvey route with DJ Moore. So we basically, I'm like, yeah, I can't tell you that I've ever seen the concept that they're running right here out of bunch. Okay, I can't tell you I've seen it. What I can tell you, though, is the only feedback I would have for Caleb Williams is if we've got DJ Moore backside one-on-one on a stop route, it's hard for me to not want to get him the football. Simultaneously, I have to imagine that we anticipated being able to convert that ball right there for a first down. And I just wonder if we're short on our depth. I wonder if 14 short on his depth here. That's got to be kind of, I mean, that's my thought is we're short on our depth to where it's like, hey, we know, bang, I'm going to hit that second follow and we're going to convert. All right, this is the first good of the day. And when I say good, I mean overall good, right? Hey, we like every aspect of it. It's our first good of the day, and here's the deal. This is a drive starter. This is what we want to see, okay? Let's talk through this concept as a whole. What do we have going on, okay? We've got our tight end. He's on a Hank route. Hank is 6 yards right over the ball. We've got our outside receivers. They're on 12-yard curl routes, okay? 12-yard curl routes. And then we've got flat control on both sides. The way you're going to read this is you're going to start with your tight end on the Hank. He's 1. And then based on squeeze, meaning based on what defender squeezes to cover the Hank, we're going to double read this thing as 2, okay? So when I mean double read, what I mean is like if this backer, he squeezes, the Will squeezes, then we're going to read this side. If it was more like the Sam squeezing, remember Sam's strength because of the tight end, then you'd read the opposite side, and then you get down to your flat depending on what side you go to, okay? With all that being said, we're going to end up hitting our first progression, which is the Hank. Boom, you guys see that right there? Okay, we just take the Hank. Okay, let's say hypothetically we were going to read on past the Hank. You see how we've got our Will, not really our Will, but he's a drop guy. Anyways, he's still expanded, taking away this curl. But what do we have here? Okay, you guys can say, oh, well, he's reacting to the football. And you're right. He's definitely reacting to the football. But let's just say that we're holding the ball still. You see how he reacts inside. That's what's going to open up this curl window. Okay, so hypothetically, if we were reading past this, correct? We're not, hey, just, you know, We're not just taking the first progression when it's there, which is what we want him to do. We want him to take the first progression when it's there. But if you were going to read past it, that's how it's going to shake out, and that's what you want to see. This is a drive starter. So, I was critical of that first drive starter, that opening drive starter. I'm like, hey, I don't love sprint out here. Boy, do I love this one. This a darn good. This a great call, great execution. This is how you get the offense's feet moving forward. You feel good about where we're headed, okay? All right, team, it is halftime. You know what that means. I need you guys on YouTube. I need you to hit that like button. I need you to subscribe if you've enjoyed the video so far. And then please comment. It helps us for the algorithm. So if all you're going to do is comment FTA for the algorithm, it would mean the world to me. Let's jump back into it. Unfortunately, we are right back into no grade territory. Okay, this is a third down. Okay, we got third and short. We have man coverage. Oh, I told you guys I'd let it run, so I'm going to let it run more. I'm going to start with two things. First, I want to start with, I love the play call. Because we have DJ Moore one-on-one on a slant. Okay? What I want to talk through is there is no shot that our running back is correct here. Because this, when you have slant, we usually pair that with an arrow, right? I don't think I've ever seen slant paired with a sneak route where you work up and sit in a very similar window. Secondly, I want to talk through is so out here, we're going to be on an inside release, and then this is a chop, and this is a follow fade. And then I think we got a stick here. I also love these options to the top here on third down, right? Like, hey, you want to get aggressive, take a shot against man coverage, which we have here. Go ahead and take them. The only element I would say is potentially missing from this overall design would be what? A pick, right? You get man coverage, a pick. But we've got opportunities all over this field to win a one-on-one matchup. I think we have a bust from our running back here. And we just don't convert it. But let's be honest about this football right here. That's a darn good football. Third down, giving who I think is one of the better contested catch guys in the league a chance to convert. DJ just has to make that play. And I'm willing to bet DJ has said that already. Okay? This one is great. This is our shot. I love this. You guys that watch this channel a lot, you guys know this concept. You've seen this concept a million times. Okay, what is it? It's run action samurai. Okay, run action means we're selling the run. We're not in pass pro. Okay, we're selling the run this way. We're straight drop back. We've got a big stick at 8 post right here. We've got a deep over coming across the field here. And then our back is going to be our flat control after. This is our guy. Okay, I shouldn't say all the time. Most of the time, this is our guy. If he plays back, right, he takes away this post, we're hitting the deep over. If he jumps the deep over, we're hitting the shot post. Now, you guys watch him. What does he do? It's almost clockwork, too. You guys see, look. He jumps the deep over. Caleb Williams' arm starts. He's watching him the whole time. The guy jumps the deep over. Arm starts on the post. Great shot play. Ends up, we get grabbed, PI, move the ball down the field. It's exactly what you want. We either want to convert the shot or, now if you're playing quarterback in the NFL, what you need to do is you need to survive through the fake, right? All you guys that are like, I could have played. You definitely could have. All we got to do is survive this fake here. Keep your eyes on this guy. Watch him jump this with 300-pound people running around you and then lay up a perfect shot for your guy 60-something yards down the field. full transparency, the 60-something yards down the field is definitely why I'm sitting in an office breaking it down with you guys versus still playing. Because I probably would have thrown that right to number 28's chest. Here's something I can tell you guys I love too, is I just love this climb right here. That to me, and I get it, that's a great pocket, but I like seeing those little things of the climb. Just makes me feel like we're in control. We are comfortable in the pocket. Really makes me feel great. Okay, this we take a sack. We're basically officially in the red zone. Some people still probably call it high red, myself included. We're running just verticals. First and 15, ball in the 20, and we're just straight up running verts. Overall play design, you guys can see it on the 3 receiver side. We're here. We're faking the smoke screen. We're bringing double verts. I mean, I think he's got a shot at this vertical right here as it's clearing. If I'm being super, I don't want to say picky, but probably what we would expect from most NFL quarterbacks is we would probably expect that thing, boom, and put it on his chin. Now, I do think that he probably felt like this was going to be the opportunity, was him jumping and then beating him here, not necessarily getting a kick down and then throwing it there. So I'm willing to bet his eyes aren't even really on it. But, you know, both of those guys are definitely live in this progression. So that would be one area of, oh, okay, hey, let's get that one next time, right? Because it's one thing if a guy's completely out of the progression, right? It's a whole nother if it's like, oh, he's eligible in this progression. We want to get him the football. Yeah. Maybe too much vertical climb if we're being honest for a play like this. But, I mean, you can see it there, right? And, like, granted, he's long sacked. But you can see how we had this shot here. If, you know, I just genuinely don't think his eyes were even on it. I think he was thinking, oh, I got the corner on the smoke, fake, and then I'm going to throw it right behind the corner. Corner plays it pretty decent, and all of a sudden you're caught holding the football. This would go as another drive starter that I think is far superior to sprint out. This would be just another way in which I think we could be really successful as a drive starter. So you're going to see this motion across. Okay, we've got the motion across. He's going to, with that eye candy of a motion, we're then going to continue to work the defense on horizontal stretch, and he's in the flat. He's on the stick route. It is the most basic concept in football. We've got sticky. You can see Caleb, though, starts with his eyes outside of the flat. That's his first. Works back inside, throws the stick. It's on time, on rhythm. Great accurate ball. Turns into 10 yards. These are the things, though, that it's like boring football. But, again, not to harp on that first call, but it's just so much better than the first call. It is so much better than the first call. It's not even funny. Not even funny. Okay? This one I've got a no grade. This is a scramble here that I've got a no grade on. We're in straight drop back. I mean, I should change that. I'm not gonna lie. I had it as a no grade. I'm watching it live. I'm watching it live with you guys. Absolutely a bad. Maybe the first like true bad that I've thought. No, I can't. No. Here's the deal. What they're trying to do is it's just a variation of, listen, we got double verts here. Okay. We've got vert, and we've got a deep over here. Okay. Caleb's peeking the vert, right? He's peeking the boundary vert, and then he's got to get to that deep over. What I was going to say was we need to hammer him because this deep over is wide open. I remember why it's a no grade is that we're losing right here, and we cannot. in a shot play situation where the shot play we have called is great, we can't lose on a double team. And then Caleb's scrambling around. He tries to make the best throw he can to the guy who is wide open. God, that hurts, man. That really hurts because we've got him doubled too. We've got him doubled, right? We're kicking. We've got eyes on. We're there to help. We're there to help. Just help. And instead, we've got to try to make a throw on the run. Now, I do think like he probably hits that, right? I mean, I don't want to say 9 times out of 10. So let's call it 7 times out of 10. I think he hits it this season. That was one of the 3 of 10. Okay, so we could probably all agree. Those first 10 clips, right? Absolutely rocky start. Now we're going to get into where it's like undoubtedly the first overall pick. And everyone in Chicago has to be pumped up. And this is the magic, dude. This is the magic. That is the best scramble throw you are going to see from a rookie quarterback this preseason. This looks just like the guy who's winning a bunch of Super Bowls right now. That is as good as it gets. Here's what Bears fans need to be more excited about. Is this kid, also a rookie, knowing that on Scramble, I'm going to go ahead and take this vertical versus just standing around. All right, and I'm not going to tell you that this running back room needs to get their stuff together. But if this ever happens on a scramble drill again, we just can't have it, dude. Go get open somewhere. Work somewhere. Work with intensity somewhere. You've got a guy who's going to create and put it on you. Go work for it. I just think, and this angle's even better. All right, team. I hope you enjoyed those 10 clips. What you just saw a glimpse of was clip number 11 because these breakdowns are longer over on Patreon. It means the world to me that you guys jump over there, subscribe, support the channel, all that good stuff. We've got the Scramble Dime, which you guys kind of already watched. I really just basically gave you whole clip number 11. But then you've got another toss boot where he kind of elongates it and he throws it to Rome in the back of the end zone. Rome obviously doesn't know where he's at. You've got another scramble throwaway, and then you've got the scramble touchdown. So that's what's behind the Patreon paywall. Here's what my overall thoughts are, though. My overall thoughts are there's 4 clips there, or really let's call it 3 clips, between the toss boot extension, the scramble we just watched, the scramble touchdown that we all saw live, right? Or we all saw a highlight of it at this point. Those at times make us feel way better. They make us feel great about the end result. With that being said, those first 10 are still kind of like not great. And I don't mean it as not great on Caleb. I just mean it not great overall on the offense. Here's what I think is those first 10 type situations are going to show up early. They just have to, right? There's just too many moving parts, too many things that we've got to get right. So it's going to show up early. What I do think, though, is that creativity, that playmaking ability is going to show up throughout this season, which I'm so darn excited to break down with you guys. So to me, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think it's going to be really exciting at times, and I think there are going to be times where it's like 3 and out and frustrating. With that being said, I would love to hear from you guys. Hey, what's your take? What do you think is going to show up more? Is the, kind of no grades, this doesn't look great, is that going to show up more? Or are these exciting plays going to show up more? Or are we going to get more into the kind of drive starters that I kind of pointed out that, hey, man, I think this is the direction we need to go, and you can see how he's going to be effective. I want you guys to comment. Let me know what you think is going to show up more. Please share this video. Please jump over to Patreon if you can. And until next time, peace.